Hello everybody and welcome. I believe we are live. Let me just check. Doesn't look so yet. There we go. Yep, right there. Hello and welcome into another Sunday evening of the stream. We are at 164 right now. That is pretty high. If we get some easy rounds tonight, there's a world where we hit 200. But as always, no need to rush. There's always next week. Yes, there's always next week. So, let's get this rocking. Sammy Marco asking if we cooking yet. So I saw that message. That message came in about like 3-4 minutes ago. And I genuinely had a moment where I was like, wait, am I late? And I actually, like, I could see it said 7:56 or 7:57. And I was like, no, I'm not. That's not what I expected. This looked like Latin America. It still does. This still looks like Latin America. I'm really confused. But I like literally sat here gaslighting myself. I was like, am I late? I'm just sitting here. But I see Christopher Likes just had some chicken bites earlier. I also had some chicken bites. Love the chicken. This feels Hispanic, but there's Cyrillic. This feels so weird. Ulica Goro. It's not Russia. I don't know that letter. That letter is not Russian. But Christopher Like and I both had some chicken bites. Sammy Marco saying hi, Ewan. Hello, Sammy Marco. Devastated to have missed your stream earlier. That's his taxi. Okay, this is probably dual script then. I'm feeling Montenegro here, or North Macedonia. But yeah, I don't know if anyone caught Sammy Marco's stream earlier. Upset to have missed it. I missed it by like 15 minutes. I was so sad. I was pulling up on my phone, walking to the train. And I was like, oh no, he stopped. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying does look like Brazil. I see that. I fully see that. That's the thing. It's weird. What? And that says stop in English. Okay, this is. It's got to be Balkan. But Christopher Likes saying just sent a complaint to DoorDash while the groceries were delivered. Excellent. Only issue is that the groceries were engulfed in a very strong cigarette smell. Awesome. Sorry to hear that. That's like, yeah, that's, I mean, if you got fruits and veggies, that's pretty much an edible at that point. Man. You'll definitely get your money back, right? Like, that's, you gotta, oh, come on. You gotta refund that. But yeah, Sammy Marco saying, ew, I do DoorDash and it's terrible. You can't have a car with that smell. They probably don't know that it smells. I feel like you know. Like, if you're smoking in the car, you gotta know. Yeah, Ulica. So, like, this is street in Russian. But it's not Russia. And no European plates, weirdly enough. So stop is in English. We've seen some, that's not Latin script. That said mini market. Tobacco. Yeah, Christopher Likes saying Bulgaria. I could get behind Bulgaria, but there's none of these cars have European plate. Oh, now they do. Okay. Cool. That makes life less confusing. Oh. Policesia. So this sounds Montenegrin. Am I hallucinating, or do you all agree with that? Freesight saying hello, pimps. Who smokes in 2025 anyway? Sammy Marco making a good point. People who are addicted. Yeah. That is a key group of cigarette buyers. Il Tired saying, doesn't that just mean police? Oh. Yeah, it probably just means police. Sammy Marco asking why Montenegrin? Because it seems... See, this is why it's good that you ask these questions. Because in my head, so this just seems similar to this. To Podgorica. And that's why. That's the entire reason. That's why I ask. That's why I ask. Could be North Macedonian. In fact, if anything, it almost seems more North Macedonian than it does Montenegrin. This seems more like North Macedonia than it does Montenegro. So, yeah. Bleh. Yeah, and Sammy Marco's saying that word is probably the same in Serbia. Almost certainly is. But I think the vibes... Okay, here we go. I feel like the vibes are more Montenegrin than Serbian. It goes Serbian, Montenegrin, and then North Macedonia. What trying to read the sign. Okay, there seems to be maybe signs on all the... Okay, Stip is that way. Iltired saying, but if that does mean police, why not we go there? I feel like the police station won't be that helpful, though. Gevelesia? No, maybe this is Serbian. So it could be... I don't know. Yeah, Christopher likes saying that area. We know the area. True, police station may have city name, but what if we're not in that big of a city? And then it's like we're scanning the map looking for... I feel like... Oh, wait, Christopher like pointing out the arena. Where was it? Wait. Macedonia. Or Macedoniski. Macedoniski. Okay, yeah. I couldn't tell if that was an H or an N. Macedoniski. Something. But Freesite St. Police Station will have a flag. Yes, but... Okay, there's flags over here. Hold up. At the arena that Christopher Like is talking about. Yes, but... What if that's not a Macedonian thing? I feel like that's a Western thing, but maybe not. I don't think we can get anywhere near the arena, unfortunately. I guess we're going this way. And we've got a bunch of signs that we can use here. It did fully say Macedonia on that sign back there. All this is in euros. Also, I don't know if people saw, because I didn't check the Discord after I sent it, but saw Russian on a sign in the US earlier for the first time, and like actually meant to be, there to cater to the Russian speaking population of the area. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. I'm very, very confident that this is North Macedonia. And I just need to prove it a little bit better. How can I do that? Avtolavi. Nice. Sammy Marco saying you need to go to the Brighton Beach and talk up the babushkas. I do want to go. Oh yeah, here, .mk. This is North Macedonia, 100%. You're tired of asking, but does North Macedonia use the euro? I don't know. I would think maybe. I think we have enough that says... 1 second, gotta hydrate. Drinking a Coke Zero, trying to keep myself awake, but not having like a coffee. I think... I mean, it literally says .mk. A sign back there said Macedonia. It would make sense to me that it's euros. It would make sense to me that this is Macedonia. And I would take this stuff to mean they use euros. Does that make sense? But yeah, Christopher likes saying I think they do. I think we're good with North Macedonia. Do people agree with that? Here we go. Gas station flag. I think that helped us last week. Stip and Vasilevo. Semi Marco saying I have a map of Euros. You want me to tell you if North Macedonia is on it or not? No outside sources, unfortunately. I'm confident. Kosovo uses euros, like unofficially, but I mean they do. Greece uses them. Bulgaria uses it. No, Bulgaria uses the lev. Albania Albania uses the euro, right? Let's go over here. Kepamka. Megabet. Oh no, is there really lag? Okay, cool. We're back. Sick. So Stip. That's yeah, that's something. Okay, Eltire's saying there was, but we're good now. Christopher likes saying lag now. This is probably Republic Bulgaria. Okay, we back again. Let's hope that's the last time that happens. Bulgaria to the east. That seems to make sense. Republic Bulgaria to the east. Here's the Republic of Bulgaria. Does that make sense? We good with that? Semi Marco asking, what is your internet company, Ewan? I have no idea. They had it set up before I moved in. The router's also like right outside my room. And I have the Ethernet hooked up to it. So I don't know why it's like this. But alright. Any objections? North Macedonia. Going once. Going twice. What's this flag up here? 3 times. And there we go. Yep, North Macedonia. We got it. Cool. Remember 14 minutes ago when I said if we have a shot at 200, if we get some simple rounds? Although, oh, yay, there's Arabic on here. I didn't expect that. Okay, Semi Marco's saying the weird thing is that North Macedonia isn't on the Euro map. It's gray. Could it be... Also, do we think this could be Lebanon? Could it be an outdated map? Freezite saying conspiracy theory. Ewan skimming internet from the Chinese restaurant downstairs. I wish. Save me like $18 a month or whatever I think that's what it is. The guy who lived in my room before me still has the internet in his name and just Venmo requests us because we can't be bothered to go through the process of figuring out how to change who has the internet, and he doesn't mind getting the credit card points. So, ooh, here we go. European plate. What does that say? There's Arabic on here too. Yeah, Eltired saying good news is if we get to the end of the path, we'll probably get a trailhead sign. I think we'll be good. It's just going to be annoying. Okay, Sammy Marco saying, oh, it's Wikipedia. I don't think Wikipedia is old. It says they used the dinar there. That's wild. Italian embassy. Maybe they unofficially use the euro? Italian embassy, Italian cooperation. This could just be funded by Italy. So maybe... Yeah, I don't know. Are we actually just out of coverage then? Is this where the streak dies? Alright, cool. This is where the streak dies. That's the Italian seal. There's a lot of Arabic. Yeah, funded by Italy. I don't know. So I've got a weird one. Italy has ties with Libya. I don't think it's Libya, but I'm throwing stuff out there. But to my knowledge, Libya is pretty flat. Yeah, Freesite's saying, does Libya have coverage? It doesn't, but this is Trekker, so it really could be anywhere. Yeah, Christopher likes saying the trees remind me of Lebanon. I agree. Well, let's see what other languages are on here. It's just English and Arabic. Which means it's not Italy. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying Libya isn't this developed with the war. Iltard saying big cypress trees in Lebanon. Sammy Marco saying I'm getting Lebanon vibes. Okay. I agree. Do we want to do Lebanon? Yeah, this is... I think this is in French. Here. Which would track with Lebanon. And we know that they use English in tourist sites. And I confirmed that with the Lebanese phone a friend that I attempted one time. I know he's not here right now, so we can't phone a friend him right now. But I'm confident. How does everyone feel about that? I'll put in a poll. It's gonna be Lebanon question mark, yes or no. Start poll. I'm gonna have the last sip of my Coke Zero. It was, you know, after you go to the beach and you're just like a zombie. I'm better now, but I was an absolute zombie on the train back. I nearly fell asleep on the subway. So I was like, seems unanimous for yes. Going once. Going twice. Let's do it. Nice. Okay. That was kind of stressing me out. We're good. End poll. This is Lesotho. I pulled out the GeoGuessr app on my phone yesterday in front of someone. I pulled up what is it? The multiplayer one, Battle Royale, where it's like streaks, but you get 3 tries, so it's completely low stakes. But I pulled it out on mobile, like literally portrait mode, and I like load in. It's some farm. I spin around 2 seconds. This is 100% Lesotho. Just gotta approve it. There's an elephant. Christopher likes saying Circle of Death. Sammy Marco saying didn't hear anything after farm. Is it really that bad today? Did I cut out that entire thing? W Dig saying, yo, what's up, chat? What is up, W Dig? Good to see you in the chat. Currently in Africa, probably Lesotho. Okay, Sammy Marcos saying the fun part of the story was cut. What's the story? Okay, it was cut. Oh, I hate the internet here. Okay, yeah, Freezite saying it hasn't been this bad in months, TBH. I don't know what the issue is. I could restart the router, but it would mean we go down for a couple minutes. So let's give it a few more minutes before we resort to that. See if that fixes anything. Because I'm the only one home. It's not being drained anywhere else. Yeah, Semi Marco saying everyone in NYC uploading right now. Eltard saying close out of extra tabs or something. So the thing is, I use a separate account on my computer for this. So all I have open is Chrome. So all I have open is GeoGuessr, the chat, OBS, and then a separate browser that's watching the stream, just so I can see how it looks to you all if something happens. Freezite saying Ewan's mining Bitcoin. I don't want that electricity bill, dog. Oh yeah, yep. W Dig saying wait, video release coming up. Yep. The Montreal video is done entirely. It's uploaded. It's just set to release next Saturday. I was editing the I'm Not Dead video on like Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Thursday. No, Wednesday. And I was like, there's so much here I want to keep playing with. I finally finished playing with it yesterday, so that is done. But I just tinkered with that for like 2 days. But I was like, I could rush this and put it out on Thursday and put out the Montreal video on Saturday, but I want more time in between them. So I'll probably put out the I'm Not Dead video on Tuesday. Though I've been saying that for who knows how long. Watch this. I'll just get sick next week and then pretend to have forgotten. No stream next week because I'm unexpectedly sick. And then the week after I'll be like, what are you all talking about? There's no video. I've never put out a video. What are you talking about? Y'all are hallucinating. Oh, but the story I was talking about. What's on this side? Basically. Oh, come on. Sammy Marco saying the I'm Not Dead video should be one take on the phone. It was like 3 takes. It was 3 takes on the tripod. I got up at 4 a.m. to do it. 3 takes. Went with the first take. Did have to cut some stuff out. Because I did at one point say in it that I've shot videos in 5 continents since I've last uploaded. And it's about to be 6. But that was incorrect. I've shot in 4 and it's about to be 5. I have filmed in Europe, but it was like landing at the Istanbul airport and taking a taxi into Istanbul, and I felt that was misleading, so I cut it out. I genuinely just got confused because I was like, oh, I was in the UK. I've been to 5 continents since Thanksgiving. So in my head, I was like, I've recorded in 5 continents. Not really the case. So I cut that part out. And I think there was something else I said that I cut out for some reason. But I don't remember in the slightest. I thought about leaving it in and like adding a comment that said, oh, I misspoke, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, it's very easy to just cut out. Lesotho, I was right. Haha. Ha ha ha. Big brain. Lesotho Emergency Services. I really, really, really don't think the Lesotho Emergency Services leave Lesotho. So how do we feel? Also, I will say, Sammy Marco, the I'm Not Dead video is a little more... It's not like complex, but I added a little pizzazz to it. Yeah, it opens up with some jazz music, some shots of New York. And that's all I'll spoil. But there's pizzazz. It's fun. It's going to be fun. I just hit the mic. Hope that didn't sound horrible. Alright, Lesotho, let's do it. Awesome. Love it. Always in Maseru. Alright, ¿dónde estamos? I hated hearing that. I'm sorry you had to hear that. That accent was not... I put no effort into that accent. Oh, the thing I was talking about with... Great, can't really read that. The thing I was talking about with, I guess, English... Left-hand drive. This is feeling like Kenya. Basically, I loaded up in the Battle Royale GeoGuessr in front of a friend on my phone. Loaded into a farm. I spun around 270. Was like, this is Estonia. Oh, it's Uganda. Hellofood.ug. We don't often get Uganda. How do we feel about that? Red herring or good to go? But yeah, spun around, was like, this is Estonia. Clicked it, got it. My friend was like, how did you know that? And I was like, this just looks like Estonia. I was like, what are you talking about? That doesn't make sense. I was like, it just looks like Estonia. I don't know how to describe it. And it did. That's how I got it. There was no like meta that I was gatekeeping to pretend to look smarter and be like, you don't know that the thing here is actually this is a Ugandan pothole. It was just fully like vibes. But yeah, W Dick saying Uganda, yep. That's Rwanda. Any objections? Going once. Going twice. Uganda. There we go. Kampala. Oh yeah, Christopher Lex saying Michael Downey had a great I'm Not Dead video. He's got a new series out, Travel by Trains, Europe to Asia. Watch the first episode on Nebula. That sounds sick. What's the route? That's my question here, because there are a lot of no-go zones on that route. So the people I've seen do that kind of stuff, I'm always like, what do you do? Because I've seen people do the ferry here. Well, not there. But to Baku, I think is what I usually see. Oh, Iltired saying go back. Saw flag, but it went away. Let's just go back to the start. Alright, scan very carefully. Very, very carefully. Where was the flag? Where did you see it, Ill-Tired? Okay, Christopher Lex saying Michael Downey started in Portugal. That feels like the natural starting point. That's kind of as west as you can get in Europe. Where'd the flag go? Left side on building. Okay, well this is just Greek. If that makes it easier. There's Greek on the building. So like, we want to do Greece? Wait, is this Greek? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and W Dig saying Greek. Is the flag... Where is the flag? Okay, come on. I do not see the flag. But I think we're good. Ill-Tired asking maybe it was my eyes or did we not go far enough? How far did we go? I feel like we didn't go this far. Oh, there's one. Hold up. That's a flag. Could be Greek. Let's get a little... Where did they even go? That thing disappeared. But, are we good with Greece? Okay, Ill-Tired saying I think it was just my eyes. I don't see it again. I feel like we're safe here. Any objections? To Greece? I'll give it like... Come on. I want to see what that red thing up there is. Oh, it's a bush. Yep, that's Greek. Let's do it. Nice. Oh, wow. Very close to Albania. This is India. Knew it immediately. Just the camera quality. Yep, that's Northern Indian. Nothing up there that's helpful. A little tired saying it's getting dark and I'm outside, so probably should go back in. Yeah, that would help with your sussing out of clues. Cause I need the help today. I am exhausted. CapitolAvenue.co. I think we are surely in India. Right. Wait. In where? Ow, my eyes are hurting. My eyes are like dry. Hurting. That's... Ugh. It's the salt water. It's painful. Also, my throat's killing me. I feel like I need to get a cough drop in a second. Delhi. This is India. Anyone object to India? I'm getting a cough drop. But while I'm getting this cough drop, does anybody object to that? Where are my cough drops? Got him. Oh, there is one left in this bag. Alright. Gonna have to ration this cough drop. Yep, people seem to be on board with India. Let's do it. Love it. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying Manda, India. Alright. Oh, yay! Random Forest, my favorite. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying cough drop with you and again. I feel like I wouldn't know that my throat's been an issue for so long if it weren't a thing on the stream. I'd just be like, yeah, this is a normal amount of time. But the fact that I'm like, alright, this is maybe the 4th week I've had a cough drop on stream, makes me slightly concerned. But at the same time, I don't care. Seems German or Germanic. Alright, so these are gonna be European plates. Yep. These look like Belgian plates. Does anyone see the red? I think these are Belgian plates. It really could just be that simple. I'm very confident in this. I didn't know Belgium had hills. These are Belgian plates. These are 100% Belgian plates. Freezite asking if I've caught the monkeypox Uzbek virus. Better not. No. No. If we want to... I mean, the last foreign country I've been to is the United Kingdom, and so that would be... It would be the UK pox Uzbek. No. What? Monkeypox UK virus. That's what it'd be called. Brain is firing on 2 cylinders. Liege. This is Belgium. Anyone object? Freezite saying Belgium doesn't exist, bruh. This man's in the Kaiser's pocket. Watch out for Freezite. Oh, yep, German name. German name. In the Kaiser's pocket. Alright, let's do it. Nice. 171. We're not getting 200 today. Random Europe. Lithuania, maybe? Random guess? Just totally random guess. Anyone do anything interesting this week? Yes, Freezite's Schlieffen plan in full effect. keep on moving. Oh, I do a Russian quiz tomorrow, which I didn't know they had for ungraded voluntary classes. So that's fun. I was studying on the train earlier. Okay, Sammy Marco went to Roanoke. I'm almost done with the video. Can we hear what the video is, or do we have to wait for the release? Sammy Marco, not Sammy, one under Sammy Marco. Christopher like saying I gave DoorDash the middle finger today. Yeah, rightfully so. That's crazy. And your groceries too. It's not even like, oh, I DoorDashed one meal. Like, that's your groceries. That's days of food. Ooh, here we go. We got stuff. Let's read the sign. This is Denmark. Because it's flat and it's got the O with the line through it. Because that's only in Danish and Norwegian, I think. And what are these flags? .tk, this is Denmark. Boom. Freezite Santa took my mom out for lunch, then to a Japanese kitchen utensil store. Fun times. What's a Japanese kitchen utensil? Are there other utensils? This sounds kind of sick. Sammy Marco saying, okay, the video's about how their train station was closed for 40 years, then it came back. Alright, I have questions, but I'll just watch the video. But Ill-Tired's canning tomato sauce from the garden. Love the garden. And Freezite's reporting a blueberry shrub right now. I love the gardening. I love all the gardening happening in this chat. It makes me happy to know that you all are spending time outside. Because I don't spend enough time outside. So, love it. AM, as always, hopping in, saying you and you, sir, an American hero. Thank you, AM. Appreciate it. But Sammy Marco saying, I don't trust DoorDash. Let's do Denmark. We know it's Denmark. Sammy Marco saying, I don't trust DoorDash with my food. Plus, I don't like paying extra. Yeah. It's... I've got a credit card. The Chase Sapphire. That gets me DoorDash Premium or whatever DoorDash's service is called, and it removes the service and delivery fees, and the only thing you're paying extra from actually going to the place is the tip for the driver. So it's pretty solid. I find it's fairly worth it. With that, without that, I wouldn't DoorDash as much as I yeah, I would pretty much never. Everything I DoorDash is embarrassingly close by. These are North American plates. Interesting. Okay, Freezite saying they have kind of kawaii things. It's different to say the least. Everything is tiny there. Ah. Very interesting. It's like the... I'm just thinking of the memes about how everything Japan does is like slightly different. But Christopher likes saying DoorDash and Uber Eats are great. It's just the drivers. Yeah, that's fair. This is looking like a kind of altered Latin script. This could be Vietnamese, actually. Does the everything else check out? Where's the sun? Sun should be to the south. Yep, there we go. Where it is in most of the world. Woo! Awesome. Love that. Love when that clue doesn't help. And right-hand drive. Which is interesting. Because, so on that sign, it looked like, so A, it looked like Vietnamese. But it could also have been... Malaysian. I think they just call that Malay, but Malaysian or Indonesian. Both of those countries drive on the left-hand side. I think this is Vietnam. But, and the scooters. Vietnam, they ride scooters. Okay, Iltard saying those pond things are rice patties. That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Didn't want to sound too dumb. But Sammy Marco saying, yeah, it's a rough job under minimum wage that no one should have to do it as their main source of income. Yeah, would not want to do that. Okay. This... No, this isn't telling us anything, is it? Maybe there's writing on the front of the flagpole here. No! Are we just stuck with this roundabout here? Yeah, we are. Nope, cool, we can escape. Glad I tried that. So lots of scooters, bikes. No words though. If this is Vietnam, it would be very easy to tell if I just had some words that I could read. Ooh, Christopher like asking you, and did you ever get to see those Colin Robinson Ukraine videos? I did not, actually. I meant to, but never got around to it. I also still need to see the Brazil-Paraguay game from the chat. I just did not get around to it. It's like every week just flies by. But Sammy Marcus saying, I tried to DoorDash today at 6 p.m. for an hour and got only one order that I couldn't even deliver because I had a drink and I can't do that on a bike. Yeah. That's rough. Could you get one of the guys who do it here, like, nope, everyone DoorDashes on a bicycle in New York? Alright, we're just going to go back to the beginning and go the other way. The other way is this way. And they have these essentially big boxes on their back that they wear. Could you get that? And just kind of roll with that? Maybe? Because obviously you can't, like, hold it when you're on your... That's making sense, right? Like, I wouldn't even know what to Google here. It would just be a, yeah, amalgamation of words. Tangentially related. Latin script, good sign for my theory. Okay, I have a delivery backpack, but it doesn't have a cut place for some reason. Okay. Plus, I only have to do it one more week till I start at the bus driver job. Gotcha. Okay, well, congrats on getting the bus driver job. But, man, that's weird. I'm so convinced this is Vietnam. I just need to prove it. Scanning. Yeah, more rice patties. I'm so confident that this is Vietnam. What's that? Hold up, go back. Is that Claro? Is that supposed... So we all know that's a Latin American cell provider, right? We all know that? We're all aware that there's a Latin American cell provider where we think we're currently in Vietnam. Anyone else having that moment? Rory Shea saying, yo, Claro. Yes, Claro, like I'm sure that's where Claro's name comes from. Yeah, Simi Marcos saying Claro's in Latin America. It means clear, yep. Christopher like saying Claro, yep. Freezide saying that's correct. Semi Marcos saying maybe someone just brought a dish with that branding. I feel like that's what makes sense. But Freezide asking, show me the text, please. We don't really... We have this. This is Feliz Viaje. We're in Latin America. Well, we know we're north of the equator. Guys, Christopher likes saying Colombia question mark. The license plates don't match Colombia though. Freezite saying I have so many butterflies coming into my garden. Posted a pic just now in Discord. That's nice. I like that. Like while I sit here, like brain exploding, you're like, wee butterflies. That sounded sarcastic. Genuinely happy for you. Freezite asking, is this Argentina? It said Bocabara. It's not, because the sun is to the south, whereas if this were Argentina, the sun would be to the north. And these aren't Argentinian plates. My throat. Bleh. Cat saying, hi all, can't come watch tonight as I'm in an Asian restaurant for dinner. Ooh, sounds fun. Good luck with the streak. Thank you, cats. Appreciate the good wishes. Hopefully enjoy your meal. Christopher likes saying this is either Mexico or Guatemala. I agree. I think it's Mexico. Freezite saying here's another clue. What's the clue? Doesn't Guatemala have the mirrors visible on their thing? Freezite saying it said departamento, not estado, because Mexico is divided into estados, not departamentos. I hate hearing those words in my accent. And yeah, Guatemala has the it's the car meta for Guatemala. Exactly, Freezite saying Mexico has states, not departamentos. It's Guatemala, isn't it? The school bus for sale. Maybe it says Guatemala schools on it. Freezite saying your accent is fine. You sound innocent and friendly. It's more the American in the accent, saying departamento and estado. I feel like what's his name in Brad Pitt when he's pretending to be Italian. He's like, buongiorno. Oh yeah, good idea, good idea. Let's look for prices. So let's go back. There we go. Q10. Great idea. Great idea, Freezite. Good for Guatemala then? Freezite saying I sound mean and like a serial killer in mine. I feel like it's gotta be hard to have a serial killer accent. That's not a thing. It just isn't a thing, you know? No one has a serial killer accent. Sammy Marco saying accent is muy gringo. I'm sorry, but you sound like every upper-class American in Cancun trying to speak Spanish. In fairness, I'm not trying to do the accent. Like, when I do actually speak Spanish, I put effort in. When I'm goofing off on stream, then it's like, haha, departamento. When I actually speak, I sound passable. Yes, yes. Freezite saying, look, dude. Bro really called me a boludo. Oh. Okay, hold up. Come on, what's happening? Come on, okay. Sun to the south. Come on. It's not letting me, like, go far. We're really just stuck. This is a nightmare. I'm having a terrible time. Can we not? Okay, we're going back to the start and going the other way. Oh, the start was right here. Cool. Awesome. I love these ones. Semi Marco saying Kansas. I don't actually think so. Because that building didn't seem very well built. It seems just kind of like, it looked more like a shack. So we're just rolling on through. Stop. There's a hill that way. Or there's things this way. Let's go where there's things. I truthfully have no idea where in the world this might be. I have one weird thought, actually, that I will keep to myself. Do I have a pen? I want to write it down and then show it to you guys if it's correct. Okay. I will say this. I know it's not correct. I know it's not correct now. I saw something. I'm not going to say it. Freezite sent hot take. Kansas is mostly shacks. JK. Just stuff. Semi Marco asking, all booked up for Australia. Everything except my hotels. Actually, no, I have one hotel. One hotel. You know what? I have to show it now. I have to show this place because it's so funny. It's just so, like, haha. Alright, I can't find it. Whatever. What direction did we come from? Let's go this way. Right? Yeah, let's go this way. No. But it's a very, like... The hotel, basically, it's got this pool. And... Okay, it basically has a pool. I'm really basic when it comes to booking hotels. And this is how I ended up spending a lot more money than I needed to in Manila. I just really like for there to be a pool. And that's kind of it. And I've definitely talked about this before on here. Oh, here we go. We're at a crossroad. There's a sign up here. Acadia Valley, Alaska. So North America. Estuary. Kilograms. This is Canada. Semi Marco asking, do you really use the pool though? I always use the pool. Like once or twice. And I just like to look at it. I like there being a bar near the pool so I can get a drink and look at the water. Even that alone, I need that. It's like, gotta. Yeah. Cat saying Canada, El Tired saying Canada. And Christopher Lex saying this reminds me of the scene at the end of the Castaway movie with Tom Hanks. So being so honest, I have not seen that movie and don't know the scene. Oh, it's actually Saskatchewan. Interesting. Fun fact, it's my favorite province. You know why? Because when you do that, it goes from Saskatchewan to Ewan. Yeah, Kat saying east of Calgary is very flat. You are not kidding. That was insanely flat. El Tired saying my favorite is Quebec. I do like Quebec. Yeah, my favorite for like actual reasons would be Ontario and Quebec, but I think Saskatchewan's funny. Freezite saying we'll be getting TikToks of you and doing dances in front of the pool. Hopefully I won't be at the pool too much, because that's where I'm going to be staying when I go snorkeling at the Great Barrier Reef. So hopefully I'm not spending much time at the hotel, but I can only find like a half-day tour for the snorkeling. At least there's another tour that's rated less and has a lot of bad reviews. That's a full-day snorkeling tour, And I'm like, and there's one that has really, really good reviews, but it's a half-day tour. And I'm like, I want to do... When am I ever going to be in the Great Barrier Reef again? I want the full-day tour. But, okay. Eastern or Central Europe. Or Eastern... this is either... oh, wait. I don't even have to finish. HR. It's Hungary! No. I didn't say that. It's Croatia. I didn't say that. Ill-tired saying flag by garbage. Oh, garage. Whoops. Croatian flag. Yep. Christopher Lex saying Croatia. I think we're good here. Anyone? Why? Whoa. Freezite saying, wow, Ewan is secretly Canucks. Big ups. What do you mean I'm seriously Canucks? I'm secretly Canucks. What does that mean? What are you getting at? Yeah, Ill-tired saying back inside, so did see a flag. I'm outside of Split. Would love to visit this area someday. It feels Greek. Or Croatian. See, the Battle Royale mode is so fun. Because I feel like everywhere we spawn into, it's very easy to be like, okay, I can narrow anywhere. We can all pretty much narrow down anywhere to 3 places. So the Battle Royale game is so fun, because you just fly through it. Because you're like, oh, it wasn't Greece, it's Croatia, and then you get it. So fun. Cat saying, also, I'm just bored at this restaurant now, so I'm watching YouTube on my phone. Is it... That's gonna be bad. Are you there with people, or if you're there alone, 100%. If there with people, that's wild. I respect the hustle to watch the stream. But also, it's like, man, that's gotta be crazy boring conversation. If you're like, yeah, YouTube better. That's wild. I almost did that earlier when I saw Sammy Marco was streaming. It was 3 p.m. I'm on a beach towel with friends. I'm like, if I knew more than half the people I was here with before this, I would log on and watch a bit right now. But these people are gonna think I'm weird if in the middle of this hangout with people I don't know, I start doing this. So, for the maintaining social norms, I did not, sadly. I was like, I'll watch it when I get on the train, but then Sammy was done. Oh yeah, Freezite saying, okay, call me a Canuck because Saskatchewan is my ancestral homeland. Of course, I forgot, my bad. Danilovgrad. I don't know where that is. I got no idea. Ooh, Freezite asking the good questions. Cats, what did you order? Christopher like asking what kind of restaurant. It is, it's Asian, right? Remember saying that? Christopher like saying people are just dying to get in that place. Which place? Danilovgrad? Am I missing something? I feel like there's a joke here that I'm missing. Semi Marco asking, did you like the hangout today? Loved the hangout today. I had a blast. My first time at a New York City beach. No, don't know what this says. Oh, Cemetery Repass. Gotcha. That's a good one. That's a, yeah, knee slapper. I feel like we should go the direction that the signs are pointing. Oh, except we can't. Cool. Yeah, great time. Just went off swimming by myself for a bit. Just kind of swam parallel to the shore. Waves were a lot choppier on the Atlantic than they are in the Gulf. So I was like, woo. I was having a blast. I was the deepest one out there. And then the waves would kind of push me in. So I had to navigate in between people. And then, swim diagonally to get back out into the open water. It was so much fun. Okay, Katz is saying Nikšić is a city in the Balkans. You should find it. But where? Where? Balkans are large. Cat saying taro milk tea and Parmesan garlic wings. That sounds sick. But oh yeah, Cat saying I forgot which country. Old Tired saying head up to Lake Ontario to swim on the Great Lakes. As fun as that sounds, isn't it bad if you swallow water from Lake Ontario? Not that swallowing seawater is great, but isn't it? There's something like, I remember it was like my AP environmental science teacher was from the Midwest, and he was saying, it was like Michigan. He said Lake Michigan, you can only have, there's so much mercury in it that the safe amount of fish that you can eat in your entire life from Lake Michigan is 2. So I feel like I shouldn't, I don't know. If people swim in there, I'm down. Freezite saying the sharks off New York beaches. I saw that. It was one of the people we were there with was talking about it. It was funny. I was talking to my friend. We were in the water. And I was like, one thing, at least having done zero research and only knowing about like great whites up north, I was like, back home there's bull sharks. And they'll get, they get close. They knee-deep water. 90% of attacks, that's a made-up statistic. A lot of attacks, most attacks, go with that. That's what I'll say. Most attacks happen in 3 feet of water. Great whites don't attack in 3 feet of water. Great whites swim under you and then come up. They're not doing that in 3 feet. If anything, they're like 3 feet tall. So I was saying that to my friend, and I was like, I feel perfectly safe out here. And then one of the other people in our group, he repeated it to her, and she was like, stop talking about sharks while we're in the ocean. And he was like, fair. But then she was like, oh, there's been sightings this summer. And then I looked into it, and I was like, this is just very normal. I discovered today that New Yorkers freak out about sharks being in the water, when it's like, yeah, it's the ocean. The sharks are there. You're swimming with you're in their area. Found that interesting. But Iltired saying, took my boyfriend to Asian grocery store and bought tapioca balls to make my own. Love that. I don't even know what tapioca is. But Iltired saying, and no idea about that, but Onondaga Lake in Syracuse is polluted. Okay. I think the Finger Lakes would be cool. That'd be a great swim. But, oh, tapioca balls to make milk tea. Are those the balls that go in the boba tea? Or is that boba? I don't know. This is an area where I'm not very cultured. Yep, exactly. You're tired. No sharks in the Great Lakes. Okay, yeah. Rory Shea saying tapioca's the little black balls in boba. Yes. But Christopher Like saying Montenegro. Cat saying leaning Croatia. Might have remembered Nixic is there, but not 100% sure. I feel like we've heard of it there. Oh no, my cough drop is kind of coming to its end. Oh, there's Nixic. It's in Montenegro. So Christopher Like seems to have been on the ball there. Yeah, okay, yeah. Iltired saying this, the balls for boba. Tapioca is yuca, aka cassava root. Okay. I don't know what that is, but now I know. Yeah, Iltired saying we've never seen a follow car in Croatia, though. We've never seen a follow car in Montenegro either. But if Nixic's here, yeah, and there's the other city, Danila Volgrad. So let's do it. Yep. Nice. Also, out of curiosity, sharks in Lake Ontario. No, there are no sharks. While some bull sharks can tolerate fresh water and have swum in the Mississippi, blah, 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 blah. Highly unlikely. Blah, blah, blah. Fishermen spot shark in Lake Ontario, r/Canada. Looks fake. Not a shark. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm always sus. They can get anywhere. There's been shark attacks in Illinois, and not on Lake Michigan. Not that I'm particularly like sussed, but yeah, this is Ireland. It looks like Ireland, and then you read this sign and you're like, yeah, this is Ireland. Shannon Rovers. GAA. This is, yeah. Yeah, El Tire saying Ireland, Northern Ireland vibes. Cat saying Ireland. Yeah, Cat saying Ireland. Yes. Yes. Does anyone think this is the United Kingdom? Any chance of that? I feel like this all looks very Irish. And it's also like Shannon. Shannon is Irish. We good with Ireland? Oh, here we go. Entering a town. Danger, children crossing. We just need a car, really, to confirm it. If we could just see one car with the plate. Yeah. Slancha. .ie. This is Ireland. Let's do it. Awesome. Freezike saying the only freshwater lake with a sizable shark population is Lake Nicaragua. I've seen them, they're huge. Fishermen throw chum for tours. Pretty cool. That's wild. I think we've talked about that on here. The Lake Nicaragua sharks. Yeah, we have, because I said I wanted to swim it. You guys were like, those sharks. And it's polluted. Is that the Lesotho emergency vehicle? No, it's just a van. Oh, Cat swam in the lake. Okay. Well, Cats is here to tell the tale. So it's fine. Rory Shea's saying Ocala, Florida vibes about Ireland. That's an insult to Ireland. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. It feels Spain. I was about to say Spain-ish, but that's Spanish. Okay, yeah, the lake used to be open to the Caribbean eons ago, and that's where the sharks came from. That is wild. Oh, Turkey's a good one. Yeah, Turkey's a really good one, I'm tired. Cat's a shark hunter. Dude, I love sharks. They're so interesting. I think I'm going to take... I want to take surf lessons here in New York. I think that'd be fun. I want to see if I can do it next weekend. I think that'd be a blast. I think that's a great way to spend a Saturday morning. Freezite saying this looks like Mexico. So I do actually see what you're saying. But I feel like the highway is too nice. But I very much see what you're saying. Oh, great. That's not a European plate. Let's look. This is this wide black plate, which isn't Mexican. El Tired saying, could have sworn I saw a minaret on the side of the road back there. I thought that too, but I don't think it was. I think when we got closer, it didn't look like one. This says Ali Abid. I think this one might end up surprising us. I don't think it's Mexico. 110. Just keep on moving. Alright, we're gonna speed it up a bit. Try to get to this sign up here. 2 miles an hour. Okay, yeah, there we go. Arabic. Rafraf, Utik, Rajjabal. Okay. I don't know any of those cities. Yeah, Altair, not the US then. The speed limit sign was in kilometers. I feel like this could be Jordan. It's the only one that seems to make sense for me. Freezite saying, no, sorry, not Freezite. Christopher likes saying, if the roads are too nice, Mexico wouldn't commit to the highways. Cat saying Tunisia, don't recognize the places. Let's look at, that's Libya. I don't see them in either place, which is massively disappointing. No. Jordan isn't left-hand drive. Right? Jordan's right-hand drive. Sammy Marco saying Raf is a fun name. I do like that. That was a fun one to read. But Cat saying maybe there are place names on the other side. You know what? That's a good idea. That is a very good idea. Let's get over there and look. Alright. Sneaking up on this. I don't see a sign. Yeah, nope. Alright. Turning back around. Going to Raf. Man. Yeah, no, the equator is well below both countries that I'm thinking of. No need to really check. Yeah, sun's to the south. Yep, Utik, Raf. Here we go. There's one over here. Let's look. Come on. Oh, don't know any of these either. Love that. Menzel, Bourguiba, El Alia, Bizaret. Oh, okay. Christopher Like asking, doesn't Tunisia have black plates? Interesting. Ooh, that's a yawn. I don't remember. But wouldn't surprise me if we were in Tunisia. It's definitely one of the two places we might be. Yeah. Don't see any of the places we saw on the sign. I don't want to spend 20 minutes combing Tunisia. Wait. Bizerte. And Bizerte. We're in Tunisia. Anyone object to that? I think we're good. Okay, Ras Jabal was also on the map. I did not catch that. Whoops. Alright. Okay, northeast on the coast. Ras Jabal. Oh, northeast. I'm an idiot. Yep, there it is. Awesome. United States or Canada? No. Okay, Yep, okay. I thought for a second I was going to zoom in and it would be Spanish and we're in, like, southern Chile. Oh, this could also very much be New Zealand. North American plate? North American plate? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Eltar saying U.S. because Adams. Adamses have lived in Canada, though. U.S. founding father, but also common name. This looks American. Cats are saying check sleep sign. What's sleep sign? Also, does that... Okay, there's a U.S. flag. We're good. Christopher like asking, are we sure? I think this is a pretty good... This makes me confident. And I think this is... I think they call this, like, Lewis and Clark District or something. Yeah, Lewis County. So I would assume that's after Lewis, from Lewis and Clark. So I think we're good here. Another American flag? Anywhere? Okay, let's do it. There we go. Yep, this is along the trail because they ended at Astoria, right here, I believe. So there should be something that marks it. I'm very confident this is where they ended. But let's keep on moving. Okay, Iltard saying, yeah, but many streets and towns built in the 1800s have presidents' names. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Did not know that. That's what happens when... This is the Philippines. That's what happens when the state you're from didn't really exist back then. Well, it did, but people didn't live there. Yeah, Cats is saying Philippines. Yeah, no parking. But Semi Marco saying, yeah, imagine a Canadian hospital just put up the U.S. flag to trick you. And I've said this. Eventually, when I become a homeowner, Canadian flags out the wazoo. I'm getting someone in GeoGuessr someday. One of you's gonna be playing. You're gonna pass this house. All these Canadian flags, hockey stuff. It'll be like, it'll even say like Ontario, Tampa Bay Lightning Fan Club of Ontario. Just to incorporate the hockey, but to not, of course, represent any other team, because I could never do that. So, yeah, Tampa Bay Lightning Fan Club of Ontario, and you're the Canadian flag. You're like, oh, this is Canada. Clearly Canada. Also, this is clearly the Philippines. We good with that? And then you'll get it wrong. And I won't know it. But maybe deep down I will. You'll know you got bamboozled. Alright. Philippines, let's do it. Semi Marco saying you have to live somewhere that looks Canadian and not all of the US does. That's the thing. I'm going to do this in Arizona. Just to confuse people even more. It's the Canadian-Brazilian hills. Which is where we are right now. I think we're in South America. Maybe. Am I going to regret saying that? This might be Peru. Let's go this way. Sammy Marcos saying you're not going to move to Arizona. I wouldn't. I know, I wouldn't. Yeah, Christopher likes seeing plenty of snowbirds in Florida, just saying. Yeah, plenty of Canadians, especially, the Toronto Blue Jays have their spring training. I can get the field right here. So a lot of Canadians come to this area. Yeah. Fun fact. Freezite said, I'm going to send you a California flag just because that bear is a real American hero. I don't... Okay, where am I going to put it? On the closet? Just open it and like mess up the flag every time? There's nowhere to put, like, ceiling. I can't. I want to get a boat. I want to get a rowboat, but there's nowhere I can, like... I can't even get an inflatable. You can't tell how packed this room is. Like under the bed, in the closet, packed. I can't get things. There's nothing else I can buy. I think my roommate and what were we talking about getting? It's like boogie boards or surfboards. No, a bigger beach tent for next summer. And I was like, we don't have room. I keep the iron in the living room on a table. The iron like lives in the open in the living room. Like we don't have room. This has got to be Peru. Like Freezite saying you'll find a spot. No excuses. The excuse is there's no spot. That's the excuse. Yeah, Semi Marco saying NYC apartment moment. Yeah. It could live in the closet. And it should. And I've been meaning to move it to the closet. But, meh. Sammy Marco asking, did you do any internships in college? And I'm doing lots of research right now. I actually didn't. No. I would recommend doing them. I'm a very rare case of didn't do internships and magically got a decent job. Like, out of nowhere. So, .ko. Brickball.ko. Okay, it's the .ko that's kind of throwing me. Freezite saying respect to Bear. Oh, KG, you're totally right. Totally right. I can see that because we got the mountains. Yeah, this tracks, and then that kind of looks like a red plate. Let's look for a red plate. That'll help. Freezite saying respect to Bear. Yep. Red plate there. We're good. This is Kyrgyzstan. Any objections? Ooh, Iltire did a teaching internship in Paris in the summer. That must have been fun. But that sounds like the life. Like an internship in Paris for the summer in college. That sounds like the life. Yeah, we good with Kyrg? Let's do it. Awesome. Yep. Again, I've been on that road. Yeah. I knew you meant during college, not this summer. That's what I'm saying, though. That's got to be a blast during college. This is Mongolia. It's a tundra, and we've got the Mongolia truck meadow. Sammy Marco's asking, how'd you get an NYC job then? Someone has fancy connections. Do not have fancy connections. Got a job in Tampa, and they have a New York office, and I was like, yo, can I move there? And they were like, sure. So I was like, cool. It was that easy. That's how a lot of people I know ended up here. Pretty much both of my roommates. Well, one of them was remote, but the other one did the same thing. His company had a New York office and was like, yo, can I move? And they were like, sure. Yeah. Christopher likes saying I got lucky with internships in college. I got to do radio station work and PR work in minor league hockey. That sounds sick. Which minor league hockey team? Also, are we good with Mongolia here? I feel like we're very confident in that. Freezite saying Iltired's a French pimp. Iltired saying we're going to town every day after class and I speak French and taught English. Man, that is awesome. Do you speak French because of your proximity to Quebec, or is that kind of your own volition? But yes, New York is saying that's really easy. Crazy how flexible your companies are. Yeah. I mean, I paid for the move myself. But, yeah, happy to accommodate it. I feel like it's as long as, people aren't taking advantage of that and just constantly moving. But yeah, Iltired saying, own volition, okay. I know you'd mentioned before that you speak French, and I just assumed it was proximity. But, okay, we're doing Mongolia. Anyone object? Say it now or forever hold your peace. Okay, Christopher likes saying they don't exist anymore, but you can look it up. Border City Bandits, best logo ever. I figured they wouldn't exist anymore, given the life expectancy of minor league teams. Alright, we're doing it. It's Mongolia. Boom. Also, we're looking at the Border City Bandits. Alright, that's a cool logo. I will say, though, like, I mean, we all know that's not the correct order of those letters. Arizona. We all know the coolest logo. RIP Coyotes. That's the coolest logo. This is the United States. American flag. It looks at... Oh! Sammy Marco cameo? Roanoke, Virginia? Are we going to find the train station that recently reopened? Ooh, Lee Avenue. Let me see, where's the train station? Where are the tracks? Maybe this goes over the tracks? Nah, whatever. We know this is the United States. Yep, Roanoke. Vinton. Sammy Marco asks, is this Salem or Vinton? It's Vinton. Ill-tired saying, wonder what president that was named after. Chilean flag. Are you talking about the street that said Washington or the one that said Lee? Either way, funny statement. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying so close. Was that did you walk in the area we just were? Is that a Ukrainian flag? No, it's a Chilean one that's fallen over. Sammy Marco saying, I want you to land on my street. Don't say anything if we land. Don't dox yourself. Don't say anything if we land on your street. Okay, you didn't go there. It's far from downtown Roanoke. Alright, well, we go with Chile. There's multiple Chilean flags. It tracks with what we've seen, except for that. I don't know why that... Oh, it's a taxi. That's why it's a taxi plate. Any objection? Oh, yeah, there was the Super Mario... I paid no attention to the Super Mario Bros. Thing back there. Yeah. There was talk at the beach today of doing a group trip to Peru to do Machu Picchu. And part of me was like, that sounds so... I was just like, I've been to Peru. But then I thought about it. I was like, that sounds like a lot of fun with my friends. So, I fear a Peru trip may come next summer. I might have to sacrifice the time I was going to use to go to, like, Central Asia or something. But let's do Chile. Nice. 184. We're flying now. 16 left. Stierstraat. This is the Netherlands. These are Dutch plates. Yeah, these are Dutch plates. All of them are Dutch. We're definitely not in Belgium. How do we feel about the Netherlands? .nl right here. How do we feel about the Netherlands? Yeah. Half an hour, 16 to go. Yeah, we can't do that. Yep, Sammy Marco saying Gickles. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. But Christopher likes saying Netherlands, so let's do it. Love it. Cool. And we are now in Kazakhstan. So let's go over here, read the Cyrillic. Kazakhstan, agro expert, Kazakh. Any objections? Got that. Easy. Easy. And then we get some Russian over here, or Kazakh over here. I mentioned I have a Russian. I did mention I have a Russian quiz tomorrow, right? But yeah. Christopher likes saying never say never about 200. Oh, right. That didn't make sense at first in my head for some reason. I was like, huh? But I don't know. I think unless we literally get the next 14, this is the United Kingdom. Unless we get 14 in a row where we load in and it literally says welcome to XYZ. Why is there... Okay, that's not snow, it's foam. This just like okay. White plate, at the front, yellow plate in the back. This is the UK. Anyone object to that? Samu Marco saying, what do you think about the Russian anthem? It's one of the ways I learned how to read Cyrillic. I don't know it. Never heard it. I've probably heard it, but I wouldn't reckon. Well, yeah, I don't know it. I don't know it. If you played it, maybe I'd be like, oh, I've heard that, but I don't know it. Nottingham. Okay, good. We're outside of a town. We're not in the middle of nowhere. That would throw a real wrench in the 200 plan. Klenik, of course. Of course this is Klenik. Where else would we be? Classic Klenik architecture here. As we go further into town on the bins. Okay, yep, classic Klenik bins. If only I could remember what country Klenik is in and why all that's blurred. Yep, blur. Okay. And keep it moving. See, the Klenik people are not too patriotic, so they're not going to give us a flag. I think it's Croatia. But they're not going to give us that information very easily. Oh, I can read that one really well. That looks like Croatian, right? Let's keep going. Freezite saying, weird random thing. I know the words and music of the International Workers' Party anthem, but in Spanish only? Don't ask. I feel like I can kind of piece together what happened there. Sammy Marco saying you don't know the Soviet anthem. It's like a big meme. The Russian and Soviet anthems are very similar. Yeah, I know the Soviet one. They're like da 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 da. That probably didn't actually sound like it, but I know it. Is that? No, I'm reading into it too much by assuming that that's Croatian, right? Yeah, and Freezite is saying it. I'm super anti-communist. But they used the Soviet anthem to model the Russian one, right? But they didn't have words. It took them a while to figure out the words. Oh, but yeah. I'm tired pointing out the home garden. And people, look at this. Love this. Only I knew where this was. Okay, yeah, same music and chorus is very similar. Are the words similar, or did they go completely different on that? Come on, keep going. Also, I thought it was funny. I was on the phone with a friend yesterday for like a half hour. And she was like, oh yeah, going out with so-and-so and so-and-so in Tampa tonight. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, sounds fun. Enjoy yourself. And then she texted me at like 2 a.m. a picture of this stream on her TV, just with the caption "Girls' Night." And I was like, awesome. I don't know why this is. You got home and you were like, this is what I have to watch. We can't really get anywhere in this town. I'm just gonna click up here. Come on. Nope. Okay, we're going back to the start. And going the other way. Christopher likes saying it's like the UK changing their national anthem. But they did. They kept the music. Well, the music. They kept the instrumentals. To some degree, at least, as Sammy Marco is saying. And changed the lyrics. Because I imagine a lot of the lyrics had to do with like workers' liberation and such. Communist stuff. Wow, this is actually not helpful in the slightest. Eltard saying, didn't the UK just change one word? Would that word happen to be queen to king? Also, it's wild that Charles has been king for almost 3 years now. It does not feel like that. I still, like, I'm not used to him being the king. No, there's no way that's true. Was that 2022? Pivka. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying, what? It's been 3 years since Lizzie died? It has. Yeah, it has. I'm thinking about it now. I remember. Yeah. Oh, okay, there's the... Here we go. Yep, September 8th, 2022. Almost 3 years. That is insane. It does not feel like that at all. This is Slovenia. Yep, Christopher likes saying Slovenia. Like, I literally have to remind myself the UK has a king, not a queen. But, yep, Slovenia. Awesome. 188. Ooh, with 23 minutes left, maybe we get this. This is a Bulgaria. Watch, it's going to be Portugal. It says seam. I think it's actually Portugal. Like I said. What's that over here? Ruedas. Yeah, this is Portugal. That's Portuguese. Sick. Well, at least I was kind of right. Yeah, this is Portuguese. Cool. Any objections? Yeah, Christopher likes saying it seems like it was yesterday. And that's Sammy Marco, exactly. That's how I remembered it just now. Sammy Marco saying, I remember exactly what I was doing when I heard she died. I was helping a guest at Target with their phone. Yep, I remember I was working from home. Just in my room. And that's, yeah, it's 3 years ago. It's crazy. It was late in the day, too, wasn't it? Or was it first thing in the morning? Alright, this might be where we get stumped for the day. I feel like it's Norway, but I'm not 100%. Cat saying, I just remember the day I landed in London. It's the same day of King Charles's coronation. I was trying to beat the crowds. Matt, did you try to go to the coronation? I feel like that would be sick. Okay, El Tired saying it was like 3 p.m. because I was after school. Sammy Marco saying it was like 2 p.m. for me. Okay. It was a Friday, right? I feel like I remember that. Because remember, I lived down the street from a school, and on Fridays, starting at like 4:30, they'd all be out playing, and it was the loudest thing ever. Oh, okay, no, Thursday. Well, my memory's gone. Okay, yeah. Sammy Marco saying Thursday as well. Yeah, no idea where this is. El Tired saying I really only know because of where my office was that day, and then I'm only in office on Thursdays. Gotcha. Yeah, I was fully remote at the time, so every day was the same. So every day, yeah, that was horrible. Oh wait, that's English. It's a hostel. Oh, Glenmore though. That's white plate. Glenmore sounds Scottish. Christopher likes saying, I remember where I was on 9/11 like it was yesterday too. College newspaper deadline day. It was really hard. Yeah, I would imagine it was really hard to concentrate on the paper. No extension for that? I feel like that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, nothing, you can't, no, nothing's due. Yeah, El Tide saying the tree-lined streets, maybe Ireland. I think we need to see cars with plates. Those cars didn't really have visible ones. I think that will tell us. So I feel like that's one of those scenarios where they give extensions, because it's like, I remember being in like 2020 was my senior year of college. Well, the second half of 2020 was my senior year of college. And I remember election week in DC, they were like, all my professors were basically just like, yeah, nothing's due. Don't do anything this week. Things are weird. That was a time. Sheep. It's very much, this is Ireland or Scotland. Which one? I don't know. There's... It doesn't look like Scotland. It's not. It's not. The name of that hostel just sounds very Scottish. That's what had me. This is not. And then I'm going to look like an idiot when it is, but it almost certainly is not. Just go through the cattle gate. One thing, you know, I don't even need to prove it. I know it's not. It's not Scotland. I'm very confident this is Ireland. Let's just go back to the beginning and go the other way. Which way did we go to start? Lakeview House Restaurant. Which way did... Yeah, we went that way, right? So let's go this way. Going on up the hill. Two of my friends are at a bar across the street, and they were like, "Oh, come hang out once you're done." And I was, Euros, this is Ireland. Any objections? And I was like, yeah, I'll come by at 10. And there's no way I'm doing that. I'm going right to bed. I'm exhausted. I'm so excited to lay down. But I think we're good. Let's do Ireland. Nice. 190. Can we do 10 in 16 minutes? We actually can. This is Mexico. Easy. Kyrgyzstan? Sun's to the south. Yeah, because we're like, because whelp. Yeah, the mountains are to the south too, so it's not the Andes. I think we're in Kyrgyzstan. I think we're along here. So this is northeast. It's more like there. Let's go this way. If we find Cyrillic... Actually, we just need a car. We just need a car with the red plate. And that'll be us. But, oh, and there's a car with a red plate. This is Kyrgyzstan. Big brain. Any objections to that? Cat saying, "Oh, I guess 200 will happen next stream then." Nope. We're good. We got this. Oh, Tired saying, "Not rushing this." Not rushing. Well, we just know. We know. Boom. See? Kyrgyzstan. Sammy Marco saying this looks like an unrendered video game. Yeah, it looked like early 2000s video game with the building. Yeah, this is where we get stumped, actually. Oh no, wait, the truck's on the right. This is Senegal. This is 100% Senegal. Darunem. Yep. That sounds like the language there that I don't remember the name of. This is 100% Senegal. Do I have permission to send Senegal here? I know it is. Sammy Marco saying send it. Christopher likes saying Senegal. Alright, let me really quickly look at the sun. Sun's to the southeast. That's good. Yep, north of the equator. All good. No one saying don't. Yep, cool. Big brain. Keep it moving. Oh, Iltard saying, and maybe one more clue, but too late. We are now in Iceland. Yep, this is an Icelandic sign. We've seen this 1,000 times. Any objections to that? We're not rushing. These are clues that we know. W. Dig stopped for dinner and is now back. We are indeed so back, W. Dig. Catch you up. We may or may not hit 200 at the end of this. May or may not. This is an Icelandic sign, though, right? We know this. We know that that's an Icelandic sign. We've seen that. Do I have permission to send Iceland here? W. Dig saying we can do it. We're not rushing. That's a clue. We know that that sign is Icelandic. Just saying. We've been doing this stream for, what month is it right now? Sammy Marcos saying send out, yep, and Christopher like, let's do it. We've been doing this stream, this is Norway, or Faroes. Alright, let's check this car. This should actually be helpful. This seems like a service vehicle, so it should have a green plate if it's Norwegian. I think this is the Faroes. Yep, W. Dick saying Faroes. So we've been doing this stream for 20 months now. This is the 20th month of this stream. We should be geniuses at this by now. Like, we should look at this and know where we are. We know the facts. We know what we're looking for. We've just seen a car. And why is it stopping? And that car had a weird plate. I think this is the Faroes. What is this? Subsea tunnel payroll tow. All of that's in English. That's confusing. Torshvan Classific S. Soroy. So, let's look on the Faroes. Okay, someone let me know if you see these. W. Dick saying, yep, Faroe confirmed. Yep, Torshavn, right there. Yep, W. Dick and Cats confirming. Love it. 195. Oh, we've got this. This is UK or Netherlands, likely Netherlands. Yep, okay, so yep, Sammy Marco saying Torshavn is capital Faroes. Christopher Lex saying Faroes. And this is the Netherlands. We've got the yellow plates. We've got the bike lane. We've got the architecture. Let's find some Dutch. Yep, there's some Dutch. Yep. Netherlands. Yep, .nl right there. Sammy Marco saying Netherlands or Belgium. Now clarifying, just saying Netherlands. I agree. Let's do it. Look at that. Not rushed. Well, a little fast. It was fast, but we had clues. We knew what we were doing. 196. Yep, W. Dick saying .nl. We've got this building here. We're in some kind of, I don't actually know what this is called. W. Dig asking for help. Saying, what is this? Don't worry. We'll get this. It's Italy, but gotta find some evidence for it. So let's do some zooming. We've still got 9 minutes. Okay, so let's stop. We've got some ruins here. This is Italy. It's 100% Italy. Let's keep going. Alright. Let's see what else is out here. Yep, Sammy Marcos saying it's Italy, he said confidently. I'm saying it confidently because it is Italy. That's the thing. It's my point. We should all be absolute masterminds at this by now. We should be... It shouldn't... We should all just be looking at this and going, ah, Italy, clearly. I know we all have the skill to do that. We have different skill sets that all combine to make us one massive genius. We're all geniuses, and together we're all one massive one that has been doing this for 20 months. We got this. Yep, see, Christopher likes saying Italy has more ruins than any other country on Earth. These ones look more like they were caused by us, kind of marching up the Italian peninsula in the 40s. But, you know. Here we go. We're up here. What's going on up here? Freezite saying, guys, we're entering our God complex arc. I love it. It's 100%. Also, I want to point out, I was on FaceTime with Drew before this started. He said he was going to join. Tisk tisk. But ill-tired asking Freezite what the trees are in the distance. Sammy Marco's saying, I guess we just send Italy. We're not doing that. As confident as I am, I'm not. It is Italy. We're not doing that. Sammy Marco asking Drew, where you at? W. Dig saying he's stuck at the Minsk airport, sadly. No, unfortunately not. He's landing at home. He hasn't even made it to the airport yet. Freezite saying Drew's my boy. And then asking which trees. Any of them. Any plants. It is Italy. We're running out of time. The clock is ticking. We're smarter than this. I know that. You all know that. We're just stuck in Italy. I want to do it so bad. I want to click on it so bad. There's nowhere else this is in my brain. Freezite saying he's playing Fortnite in his undies. While not entirely correct, I don't think you're too off base. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, Ill-Tired making a good point. I don't care if we wait till next week. 200 is better than 0. I agree. Yeah, Cat saying don't click. I won't. I know not to. Don't worry. I know as much as I want to. I know not to. Wait. That's Spanish. Good thing I didn't. When I said it was Italy, I was referring to anywhere that was even once a Roman province. Iberia produced many Roman emperors, fun fact. It was very much a staple of the empire. Yep, and there's the chat. Alright, we can't go that way. Let's keep going. Yeah, WD saying, OMG, good call to wait. Freezite saying, I've implanted a chip in Drew's brain. He's my puppet. I'm the puppet master. Poor Drew's just sitting at home having no idea that he's being talked about like this. Yeah, Freezite saying, see what I mean. Spain or Latin America, though. I think Spain. W. Dick saying you were just testing us. Exactly. I wanted to see if you'd catch me on Italy. Exactly. That was the whole thing. Freezite saying deflect quick. Christopher likes saying this maybe Spain. I think it's Spain. But, well, where's the sun? Sun seems to be to the south. But it makes sense to just be sure. 196 and okay, well we already De Casa. Yeah, Freezite saying looks like Andalusia. Christopher likes saying the kilometer signs. Do they not have those in South America? I don't know. W. Dick saying down to send Spain. I think based on the sun positioning and just the general look at the landscape, I'm down to do Spain. And yeah, I agreed, W. Dick, it's 100% not Portuguese. Sun's to the south. So if this were Latin America, it would have to be Mexico or Colombia, really. It's neither of them. Let's just wait till we see a car. Let's see if we see a car with a European plate. And I'm not confident that that's a European plate. That is. Yeah, Katzing or a stop sign. Let's go to the town up here. Let's just... I think I've got whiplash from it not being Italy. So let's just go into the town, look for one stop sign. I'm blowing past everything else. Just need a stop sign in English. Just zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom. This is almost 100% Spain. Let's just be certain. Whoop. Oh, my AC just made a noise. It keeps being weird and turning its... What's it doing? I hate that thing. It's the new one after the last one gave me mold poisoning, but it like glitches out and it makes noises in the middle of the night that wake me up. Sammy Marco saying you were so confident about Italy. I meant former Italian provinces. Former provinces of the Roman Empire. Why are there no stop signs anywhere? Okay, there was a crown on that one. This is Italy. I mean Spain. It's boom, boom. Yep, there we go. Ukraine? Or maybe... No, it's not. But yeah, see, Christopher likes saying Spain is a former province of the Roman Empire. W Dick saying Romania. I like that. Yep. EU plates. Roweb, RO being Romanian. Yep. Freezite even got the region correct. Good for Freezite. Yep. Okay, everyone's on board with Romania. Nice. What are we at? 198? It's 9:59. Can we do it? Stop sign. This is confusing. Oh, it's Tenerife. Okay. Good with Tenerife? Spanish? All good? Yep, W Dick saying Spanish language. Cat saying Spain again. Look, says stop. I think we're good. Yep. Everyone's saying send. Alright, it's 10 p.m. We're at 199. Oh, no! We're not doing it. Oh, man. What a way to end. That sucks. Yeah, it's left-hand drive. This seems like Africa. There's so many places this could... Sun to the southwest. Sun to the southwest. This is probably Kenya. Probably Kenya. I think this is Kenya. Yeah, Christopher Like and Freezite are both saying overtime. W Dig saying this feels like a long one. It will be a long one, I think, but I'm like so confident that it's Kenya. Okay, Freezite saying South Africa or Botswana. All right. If our fringe theories aren't even consistent, then we shouldn't entertain this. So, with that, we're one away from 200. Man. But we will be back here next week, next Sunday at 8 p.m. to tackle 200. So, I will